Richard, why would Airdrie be upset by the heraldic rules currently governing the law?
Why indeed? No idea.
No idea, but we're going to find out exactly why that is, because on the phone now is Colin Telford, who's going to explain to us why Airdrie are so upset with the heraldic rules currently governing our land. Colin, just give us a feel for what's happened with the Airdrie badge.
The Lord Lyon of Scotland, who's the person that deals with heraldry in the country, has been in touch with the club to let them know that the club badge, which we've used since I think about 1950, has been deemed to be a heraldic device. What does that mean? Well, a heraldic device, if we think about a coat of arms, is probably the best way to think of it. If you want to use a coat of arms in Scotland, that's fine. You have to then register it with the Lord Lyon's office, and they've got a register that they keep. However, heraldry is supposedly all about describing who someone is without using words or letters, and so you can only have pictures of things within it. And Airdrie's badge has got the letters AFC through the centre of it,
right?
And so it's not in keeping with good heraldic practice, and it can't be admitted to this register. We can't have it registered, and we can't use it. And if the club uses it from the 1st of September onwards, it would be prosecuted for doing so.
So, Colin, presumably
you're of madness.
Presumably, you're just going to go back and use the Clyde Bank badge.
Colin, I was just going to ask you now, so the offending element is the initials AFC for Airdrie Football Club, is it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Now, I know that you're not trying to dob anybody else in it, but you've had this letter saying that you'll be involved in breaking the law if you don't withdraw the badge. Are there other clubs in Scotland that might similarly be affected?
Yeah, some of your listeners who support other clubs will already be kind of familiar with this. So previously, Aberdeen, Kilmarnock, Mirren, Dundee United have all had contact with the Lord Lyon, who's objected to certain things within the badges and told them that they've had to make changes. Now, previously, that's always been with, I think where there's been something that's similar to something that's already in this register. So there's been a complaint there, or if you use the certain symbols like crowns or line rampants that can get you into trouble. You've never, as far as I'm aware, taken action about letters. So if you look across the clubs of Scotland, there are quite a number who could be in trouble. Now, I could list some, but there was a club in the Highland League for Martin who I think had been spending a bit of money, investing a bit in the team, and caused some of the rival teams to be maybe a bit jealous of them. One of them then wrote a letter to the Lord Lyon complaining about Fort Martin's badge, and they were similarly told not to use it. So if I give you a list of...
You wouldn't want to be associated with your assing people off. Colin, stay with us, Colin. A couple of questions here. Are you not tempted? I know that you're a man of kind of legal substance, and you're someone that wants to abide by the law as much as you can. Are you not tempted just to say, "Dear sir, beat it, you clown"?
Well, we have both the club and the Supporters Trust who I work with. I was not quite in those terms, Stuart. Yeah. So we have tried to argue that, well, is there not an argument here that this isn't a coat of arms at all? It's a football badge, and it should be viewed separately. But that didn't work. If we continue to use the badge, they've got the powers to prosecute, and the fines. Well,
let them prosecute, Colin. Let them prosecute.
Better still, it's Airdrie we're talking about. Let's get some of your boys written with a heraldic device.
Well, it's kind of worse than that. I can tell you, because I'm trying to keep quite calm about it. I think because I've been involved with this since about November, so I've kind of got over the anger stage. But as with all these things, a splinter group's already formed, and there's an inaugural meeting of the League of Tattooed Airdrieonian Supporters today. The Lord Lyon has got the power to send people out who are referred to as the Diggers Doon, and they can basically, where they see the unregistered arms, they can destroy it. So if it's in the brickwork in the stadium, if they really wanted to, they could take it away. Now, these guys who are meeting up today, they're worried about their arms and legs. Their bodies are on the line here because these tattoos can be chopped off.
Aye, the left arm can be chopped off by the Lord Lyon.
What's the chances of Lord Lyon listening to the show just now?
No, he
Colin,
Radio 4
what would you say to Lord Lyon if he was tuned into Radio Scotland right just now?
I'd probably say if someone could have another look at this and see if we can get to somewhere, that would be quite nice and avoid. Well, I'm more worried about when you see the number of badges in Scottish football that it could affect, because if a kind of domino effect of about 20 being wiped off the Penny sticker book. So it's just what we do about that.
Now, Colin, final question to you. I don't want to absolutely politicise this, but presumably the decisions can be made within Scotland. This isn't something that's reserved business for Westminster or London. It's something that's dealt with through Edinburgh offices, is it?
Yeah, the initial act was enacted in the old Scottish Parliament, so the powers go back to before the Act of Union. What we've got going on at the moment is a last throw of the dice. We've submitted a petition to the Scottish Parliament to see if we can get them to consider the issue. Now, I'm hopeful that will be accepted, but there's rules about petitions, and it can't just be some irate football fan from Airdrie that submits it and takes up Parliament time. That's been considered, and we're hopeful that will be approved, at which point we'd be hoping that fans from football clubs kind of throughout the country will come on board and give us their support and see if we can get the law looked at, because at the moment we're banged to rights, but obviously if we can change the law, then that might give us an out, yes.
Well, thank you.
If you can't, Colin, just before you go, what's going to be on the new Airdrie badge?
Well, bug pass bottles are very hard to draw, Sam. so I'm not
they're
sure.
copyrighted as well. Yeah. Anyway, Colin, we're going to let you go. Colin Telford there, who's representing the Airdrie Trust.
Bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely bonkers.
That is like one of the stories, and Amy and Gemma are too young, but I feel like one of the stories that would have featured on That's Life.
Yeah.
Where, Esther Ransom had been sat there in the high stool, and the guys in the panel would have been talking about it. Ridiculous. Job worth stuff.
I love
You
that
mentioned
Colin.
Aberdeen.